By day, Isaac Kearney is a beam of light. He laughs loud, he dances freely, and he embraces the world with arms wide open. To the public, he's the joyful boy who captured hearts at school when Liverpool FC surprised him, and who continues to inspire thousands on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. But behind that light is a boy who often doesn't sleep. And behind that smile is a pain the world rarely sees. Isaac's journey is one marked by strength, but it is also marked by struggle. Diagnosed with both wolf-Hirschhorn syndrome and craniosynostosis, Isaac lives in a body that works harder than most, a body that carries silent battles most people can't see. Craniosynostosis, where the bones in the skull fuse too early, can cause increased pressure in the head, sensitivity, and severe sleep difficulties. Isaac feels all of it. And yet, the world rarely hears about this side of his story. Most nights are filled with tossing and turning. He doesn't always have words to describe the pressure in his head or the fatigue that clings to his body. But it's there. His parents, Melissa and Alan, see it. They feel it with him. And they live it beside him. There are nights when Isaac simply can't find rest, when even the comfort of a dark, quiet room offers no peace. And still, when the sun rises, so does he. He gets up with a smile, ready to dance, to laugh, to greet the world with his whole heart. Not because it's easy, but because it's who he is. He is joy, even when his body is hurting. He is light, even when sleep has not come. A family's silent strength. Melissa and Alan have walked this journey with Isaac every step of the way. From the early days of diagnosis, through medical tests, surgeries, therapy sessions, sleepless nights, and uncertain tomorrows, they've stood as a pillar of love for their son. As parents, they've made difficult decisions. They've sat in doctors' offices, weighed risks, cried quietly, and then pulled themselves together for Isaac's sake. Their love is deep and unwavering, and it shows in everything they do. One of the biggest decisions they made together was what the world would see. They could have shared the tears. They could have posted the hard nights, the hospital visits, the panic, the exhaustion. But instead, they chose hope. They chose to let the world see the joy. Not because the pain isn't real, but because they want Isaac's life to speak possibility, not pity. It would be easy to tell the whole truth. The world can be drawn to suffering. Stories of hardship go viral. But Melissa and Alan understand that children like Isaac already fight battles every day. They don't need to be reduced to their pain. So instead of sharing his sleepless nights, they share his contagious laughter. Instead of focusing on appointments, they focus on milestones. Instead of showing the fight, they show the freedom he creates through his joy. They show him dancing in his Liverpool jersey. They show him hugging strangers, lighting up classrooms, running with abandon. Not because these moments are all there is, but because these are the moments that remind us what love looks like in its purest form. The pain still happens. But it doesn't get to define the story. When the videos end and the applause dies down, the reality continues. Melissa and Alan remain Isaac's fiercest advocates. They are up late watching over him, adjusting pillows, managing medications, praying quietly over his bed when no one else sees. Sometimes they cry after he falls asleep, because being strong for him all day means falling apart only when he no longer needs their smile. Their strength is not performative. It's constant. And it's built not from ease, but from love, the kind of love that fights in the dark so a child can shine in the light. And Isaac? He doesn't fake his joy. He gives it freely, even when it costs him comfort. Because that's who he is, a boy who teaches the world not by what he says, but by how he loves through pain. To truly understand Isaac is to understand that life isn't always what it looks like on the outside. That radiant boy dancing on your screen? He might have only had 2 hours of sleep the night before. That wide smile? It might be stretched across a face that was wincing from a headache just moments earlier. But he keeps smiling. He keeps loving. He keeps giving everything he has to lift up the world around him. And in doing so, he teaches us that strength isn't about how much we endure, it's about how much we give in spite of what we endure. Isaac's story matters because it challenges us to see beyond what's visible. It asks us to slow down and reconsider how we view children with disabilities, not as objects of pity or as special cases, but as powerful souls with unique roles to play in the world. His pain is real, but his purpose is even greater. And the message he carries, silently and powerfully, is that joy is possible, even in the midst of hardship. He shows the world what resilience looks like, not because he's been spared from struggle, but because he walks through it with grace and light. It's easy to scroll past a happy video and smile. But let us not forget the depth behind the joy. Let us not forget that Isaac is a child who can't always sleep. If Isaac's story touched you, then let it move you to action. Like this video, not just for Isaac, but for every child fighting silent battles. Share this story with friends, family, and your community. You never know who needs this hope today. Subscribe to follow Isaac's journey and be part of the light that shines brighter with every view and every heart it reaches. And most importantly, let's keep believing in the power of love, courage, and joy, even when life is hard. Because Isaac can't always sleep, but his light never rests. Let's carry that light forward, together.